This play is sponsored by the California Civil Liberties Public Education Program, a state-funded grant project of the California State Library.
And now, LA TheaterWorks continues with Mr. Rickey Calls a Meeting, starring Ed Asner, Sterling Macer, and Carl Lumbly.
I appreciate you rushing over here on such short notice, and I'll not keep you from your pressing schedules any longer than necessary. I regret the secrecy, but you know those press boys. If they were to get wind of what we're up to, Lord knows they'd splash it across the front pages. Rickey calls meeting behind Chandler's back. As I explained to each of you over the telephone this morning, I am convinced that this young man is ready to play Major League Baseball. Whether Major League Baseball is ready for him is another question. If you'll agree to back me and Robinson, to wholeheartedly support our effort to once and for good break the race barrier, I'll announce his promotion today.
Hey, all right. I like it. I like it.
Yes, sir.
If you'll indulge me for a few minutes, I have a brief story about a chap named Charles Thomas, 1904. I was coaching the baseball nine at my alma mater, Ohio Wesleyan University. Charlie Thomas was a Negro, the only one on the club. A good fellow, not a bad ball player either. The best I had that season. At any rate, we traveled to South Bend for a road game, and when we arrived at the hotel, the desk clerk informed me that his establishment did not register Negroes. It took me fairly near an hour to convince him to let Charles sleep on a cot in my room. I thought nothing more of it. Charlie thanked me and let it drop. Until that evening, for some reason, I could not sleep. I heard a voice in the dark. Lit a candle. There was Charlie sitting on the cot, tears streaming down his face, staring at me, scratching his hands with all his might, as if there were terrible stains on his hands and arms. Regardless of how hard he scratched, they would not disappear. Charlie looked at me weeping, and he cried, black skin, black skin. If only I could make them white. At that very moment, I vowed someday to do something about what I'd seen, something for Charles Thomas. And now the day has arrived. If this rain ever stops, my two clubs will oppose each other tomorrow in an exhibition game at Epps Field. Robinson's not quite himself today, but he'll be well enough by tomorrow to don the uniform. That much is certain. The question before the House, however, is whether he will wear a Montreal minor league uniform or Dodger blue. I had hoped that Robinson would play so well this spring that the Dodger ball players would beg me to promote him. Well, he held up his end, batted over 600, ran the base paths like a dervish. But some of the boys threatened to quit if he got the call. That was strike one. DeRocher and I then decided that he would tell the papers that Brooklyn could not win the pennant without Robinson, and insisted that I move him up. Well, Leo made his first public comments yesterday, and today he's unemployed.
What? When did that happen?
Earlier this morning, Leo DeRocher was suspended for the 1947 season. Officially, the reason given is conduct detrimental to baseball. The real story, of course, is that he's been made an example of. Strike two. In suspending my manager 5 days before opening day, the commissioner sent a warning that if I persist, my head will be the next to roll. I cannot do this alone, nor can Robinson. And that gentleman and his wife called you here. As leading citizens in the Negro community, your endorsement is essential. Joe, not only as a friend to Jackie, but as a champion to Americans of every race, creed, and color. Bill, as a fellow member of the Mayor's Committee for Baseball Integration, and as a part owner in a Negro League ball club. And Paul, as a long-time soldier on the front lines in this battle. Why, I vividly remember the day 3.5 years ago that you led a congregation to persuade Commissioner Landis and the league owners that Negro ball players was an idea whose time was long overdue. Of course, the forces of opposition were too strong that day. But if today you three will lend your support, your public support, we can change the face of baseball and of our country, finally and forever.
Don't spoil Jackie's chances. I'm here to help.
Thank you, Bill. This must be a team effort. With unity of purpose, no picketing of ballparks, no unnecessary pressure, no gloating, no revolution. Now is the time for slow, orderly, long-term change. Easy does it and steady as we go. If you'll agree to that, I'll adjourn the meeting, propose a toast, and we could all go home.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
you got my vote, Mr. Rickey.
Oh, let me say,
And
Joe,
mine too.
that your example and your dignified behavior have set the standard that Robinson can shoot for.
I just sincerely hope Robbie don't use his fists the way Joe do. Because if you throw a punch at one of them Southern crackers, boy, I'll be in the next county before you can say Ku Klux Klan.
Well, I'm not worried as long as I got a real fighter on my side, like Max Smeller.
Big Mac.
Forgive me.
Oh, no need. I'll put Clancy on
Oh,
that.
I'll get that cleaned up, Mr. Rickey.
Bill, he said it does.
I don't mind. Honest, I don't. Now, don't wait on me, Mr. Rickey. Go on ahead with your speech. I'm still listening.
His speech is finished, Bill.
Oh, no, if I know Mr. Rickey, there's much more where that come from. Ain't that right, Mr. Rickey?
You're not the only one who's confused.
No, Paul, I didn't say I
Your
wasn't.
speech was very persuasive, Branch. There is, however, one point you may be able to clarify for me. Are you saying that without our support, Jackie will not make the major leagues?
I cannot do it alone.
That his promotion depends upon the three of us?
Your support is essential.
That if we say no, if even one of us opposes your plan, Jackie will not be a Brooklyn Dodger?
No, you misunderstand me, Paul. I see this as an enormous jigsaw puzzle where each piece must fit together perfectly.
A jigsaw puzzle. And we are...
Pieces in that puzzle.
And without all the pieces.
The puzzle would be incomplete. And in order to complete that puzzle, I need only 3 more pieces.
I see. Then I honestly believe, Branch, that this is a matter that should be discussed among the three of us.
I'm sorry?
No need to apologize. I simply think you should step outside.
Why?
Mr. Rickey has made up his mind. Now it's up to us. You're free to stay, Jackie, although if I understand his speech, your opinion doesn't matter. That is correct, isn't it, Branch?
If Mr. Rickey leaves, I leave.
There is no need to hold his hand. He's not your father.
Neither are you.
But I don't pretend to be.
I never had one. I don't need one now.
In all fairness, I called this meeting. I rented the room. I invited all of you.
There's nothing to fear. We won't lock the door behind you. We simply need a few minutes to discuss the matter privately.
You're free to say whatever you'd like.
But surely you can imagine how some of us may have difficulty being entirely candid and open if you're in the room.
I can't imagine anything of the sort. You're capable of saying what's on your mind, aren't you, Joe? Even if I'm in the room?
Be honest, Mr. Rickey, I don't give a damn who's in the room. Let's just get on with it.
Well, what about you, Bill? Will Mr. Rickey's presence keep you from being candid and open?
No, you know me. I always call a spade a spade.
Yes, of course.
There you have it.
Perhaps then as a favor, Branch, to a few puzzle pieces to see where we fit in.
You fit in here with Robinson and me.
One of the gang.
That's right.
Branch Rickey and the entire Negro race. One big, happy family.
You do not fool me.
I'm deadly serious.
Oh, no, sir. That Paul Robeson, he sure is a straightforward man.
You want to fill them full of your crazy thoughts. Well, I won't have it.
The old communist ploy, huh? Afraid I'll turn them red? You'd have fit in fine on the Tenney Committee.
Look, I say Mr. Rickey stays and we stop wasting time. All this hot air is making me sicker than Jack.
Well, one vote opposed to Mr. Rickey leaving the room, one in favor. And one abstention, Bill?
It don't much matter how I vote, does it?
We're not voting, gentlemen.
3-2, 4-1. Either way, Mr. Rickey stays.
No, they don't get a vote.
The hell you mean I don't get a vote?
We are not voting.
He said it's up to the three of us.
Mr. Rickey, do I get a vote?
We're not voting. We are not voting. We must resolve this matter collectively with one voice.
I'm going to give each side a half a vote. How's that?
Sit down, Bo. Paul, you're wasting my time.
Ding, ding, ding. Back to your corners, gentlemen. End of round one.
Clancy?
Yes, sir. Vanilla ice cream. Shoot me while I'm happy. Son, you know the Club Zanzibar.
Yes, sir.
You got a lady friend?
In a way.
Not the family way, I hope.
Oh, no, sir.
I have something for you and your in a way lady friend. What's her name?
Lorraine.
For Clancy and Lorraine. 2 tickets, Saturday night, to see the greatest dance of all time.
Fred Astaire?
Boy, what you say?
Bill Robinson.
That's right.
Mr.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Bojangles?
That's right,
You're
boy.
not... Oh, Mr. Rickey, this is like the Negro Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mr. Bojangles and Joe Louis. Wait till I tell my Uncle Reedus and Jackie Robinson and... Well, who are you?
That's Paul Robeson, one of the finest actors and singers in the world. Meet Clancy Hope.
You a communist, ain't you?
That seems to be the consensus.
My big brother Cleveland, he's 19. He tells me you a communist. Cleveland says you the finest man alive.
And what do you think?
Well, Mr. Rickey, hey, would you mind if I got me a couple of sheets of paper and a fountain pen and ask all of you to write me your names?
No, I'm sure we can work
Take
something
this
out.
$20 bill and buy yourself an autographed book.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lewis. But I don't believe no autograph book's gonna cost me a whole $20.
Where'd you get that money from, fool?
Belongs to Marva.
It's the wife's money, boy. Get yourself the damnedest autograph book you can find.
Yes, sir.
And bring me back the change.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. The brown bomber. Wait till I tell my Uncle Reedus about you.
Don't dilly-dally, son. Remember, I have another appointment at 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And Clancy, not a word.
Oh, loose lips. Well, you know the rest, Mahatma.
I'd say you made his day, Joe.
Yeah.
Mr. Ricky Joe's on a tight schedule, so...
Of course. Now, Paul, you must understand, I have seen this experiment through from its inception. I will not step aside or outside now.
The majority has spoken. I honor the vote.
For the last time, we are not voting.
But surely you believe in democracy. One man, one vote.
That is not the issue.
That is precisely the issue. Any decision of this magnitude must not rest in the hands of one man.
That's what this meeting is all about.
All we want is to have a say.
Which is precisely why I invited you.
Because you want us to play a part in the decision.
Exactly.
So this meeting is not a mere formality.
Of course not.
You included me because my opinion matters.
Yes.
And you need my support.
I need all 3 of you.
Not just a few of us.
No, all of you.
So you need my support.
Your public support.
In other words, if I support you, you will promote Jackie.
I'll make the announcement today.
And if I don't, you will not.
Yes.
All right, then. In that case, I do not support you. Jackie, I wish you luck in the minor leagues.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mr. Rickey needs a unanimous decision. I dissent.
At least let's discuss
There's nothing
this
to
like...
discuss. You want us goose-stepping behind you, and I refuse.
Judas Priest, what do you take me for? Hitler? Mussolini?
I will not rally round your autocratic flag.
Then leave.
Robinson. Now, Paul, I admit we have our differences, but on this issue, I assure you, we're on the same team.
What issue is that?
The integration of baseball, the employment of the Negro.
Which Negro, Robinson?
All Negroes, you know what I mean.
If you need us, Branch, if you truly need all 3 of us, then put your proposal to a vote.
4 years ago, the owners voted 15-1 against employing a single Negro. And who do you think was that one? If I'd cared a nickel for votes, we wouldn't be here.
Either we resolve this democratically, or I will take my argument to the streets and to the newspapers and to the picket line.
If that's the way you want it, fine. Fine. We'll put it to a vote. Let's see if you can convince us to stand in this young man's way. Let's just see. We'll cast ballots, Paul, but under one condition. That we all abide by the majority decision. If you lose, no matter how strongly you disagree, you'll promise to publicly support the majority.
That's no different than a unanimous agreement.
Otherwise, leave. I need you, but not enough to hold me and Robinson hostage.
And if the vote favors me?
You won't.
And if I convince them?
You won't.
But if I do, you will all support my proposal.
Of course.
It's a deal.
Anybody for some poker? Robbie,
No, you're gonna have to wait on me, champ.
Bo, 7 card.
Not right now, champ.
Robinson, I told you to eat your toast.
Fine then, I'll just play solitaire.
Oh, put your cards down, Joe.
I already voted.
You haven't heard my proposal.
Don't waste your breath. I'm here for Robbie. I change my vote when he says so.
Joe just got other matters on his mind. Champ, maybe I'll play just one hand with you.
Paul, if you have concerns that Robinson's promotion is some sort of one-time publicity stunt, I want to...
Oh, no, I haven't a doubt. You'll be the most prolific integrator in the game.
He's only one of 6 Negroes in the organization.
And it wouldn't surprise me if there are more up your sleeve. With your stable of Negroes, the Dodgers will dominate baseball.
That's what I'm paid to do.
But my concern is the fate of Bill's team. What will become of his team? What will become of the Black Yankees?
I'm delighted you raised that issue. The Mayor's Committee has recommended
Tell me, Bill, what will happen to your half ownership? Bill?
What's that?
I said, when the major leagues integrate, what happens to your half ownership in the Black Yankees?
Oh, well, me and Mr. Rickey served together on the Mayor's Committee, working hard for the cause, and we recommended
Not the committee, Bill. You. What happens when he signs one of your ball players?
Well, ask Mr. Rickey.
I am asking you.
Me and Mr. Rickey will work out a fair sort of deal.
What sort of fair deal did he make with the Kansas City Monarchs?
I was under no obligation to make a deal with the...
Come on, Bo.
When he signed Robinson, how much was Kansas City compensated?
The Brooklyn Dodgers is not a charity organization.
They were paid nothing.
His contract had expired.
What sort of contract do you have with your ball players?
We have most of the boys sign a year-to-year agreement.
After Branch Rickey burglarized another club.
No, I didn't.
I am not responsible for the mistakes of second-rate businessmen.
Some of my ball players make a better wage than the major leaguers.
But if he'd stolen Robinson from your club, you'd have sued the Dodgers too.
That case was thrown out.
If it had been your money, Bill.
In a court of law...
I am not speaking to you, Branch. You do not have to monopolize every conversation.
Nor do you.
That is precisely why I asked you to leave the room in the first place, so we would not be interrupted at every turn.
Say, Bo.
And why I refused. So you wouldn't kick chalk in their eyes. When I signed Robinson, he was under contract with no one. That is a fact. I was obligated to pay no one. And to allege that the loss of one man will disrupt an entire team is simply...
Teams, Branch. Teams, an entire league of teams. Fellas like him pick and choose the most talented men in the game, like jewelry thieves in broad daylight. Who will watch the Negro Leagues then? With all the stars smuggled away, who will pay to see the Homestead Grays, or the Kansas City Monarchs, or the Black Yankees?
Well, that's a bigger picture show.
The bigger picture is his league is running yours out of business.
Now that's hogwash.
5 years from now, the Negro Leagues will not exist.
5 years from now, if I have any say in the matter, the Negro Leagues will be extinct, as will Negro bathrooms, and Negro drinking fountains, and Negro hotels.
And when the league folds, you'll half own nothing.
So now he's looking out for the owners.
Robinson.
No, it's all right, Mr. Rickey. I hear the stories, Paul. Sneaking into Negro League locker rooms to organize unions and set up picket lines. You can sell them any line you want, but I know what you are.
Hey, full house. Jackson 3.
See, there are other ways to get things done besides communism.
You may be a college boy, young Jack Robinson, but you are in dire need of a civics lesson. There's no law against communism, and there never has been. It's no one's business but my own if I belong to the Communist Party.
Then what the hell are you?
I am an anti-fascist.
That's a crock of shit!
Gentlemen, please. This ain't about politics now, is it? Jackie ain't running for president. He's a ball player.
And so is every man on your team.
Come on, Bo.
Rickey signs one or two. Vec signs another. McPhail signs
On a cold
another.
day in Haiti.
And all the stars are gone.
Oh, play the game, Bo.
The Negro Leagues go belly up and thousands of people are suddenly unemployed.
That is absolute nonsense.
And all your money is lost.
Bo!
God damn you, Joe, put your cards down.
God damn me. God damn me. No. God damn you. God damn you and all of your bullshit rattle. Now, if all you're going to do is waste time, then I'm going to sit down with the cards and make it worth my while. Now, I'm on a tight schedule, and I got bigger things to take care of today. So I'm in no mood to sit around and hear all of your bullshit. Now, get on with it and make a decision.
That's what we're trying to
Stop
do.
sitting around talking Make your mind up. Is Jackie going to play for you or not?
Now, Joe, it's
yes
not
or no?
simple. It's not so
yes
easy.
or no?
It's not so simple, Joe.
Just give us a few minutes to figure it out, champ.
Look, Mr. Rickey, do you need me or not?
Of course I do.
See, because if you need me for something, tell me now, because, see, I got better things to take care of. But if it don't matter what I say, if you already gone and made up your mind about this, and damn what anybody else thinks, then say it now.
No, Joe, no.
See, the man is a friend of mine. I ain't going against it.
I'm not asking you to.
See, if what you want for me to say is I'm all for Jackie and everybody else should be for Jackie, I'll say it now. I'll say it tomorrow. I'll say it whenever you damn well want me to. Name the time, Mr. Rickey, I'll say it. Now, is that what you want?
That's the way you feel, yes.
Nothing else.
That's all.
So then why you had to call me up early this morning to wake me out of bed, make me turn around my whole schedule, take a taxi cab all over town, sneak up the back stairs, sit around sipping on cherry colas together, wasted my whole goddamn afternoon for? Mr. Rickey, I got better things to take care of.
We need your support, Joe.
I didn't get called all the way down here for none of that, Jack. Now, you got something for me, Mr. Rickey, out with it. Or is it just my support?
Your public support.
Well, fine then. Fine. You got it. I support you. Now I'm leaving because I got better things.
Joe, it's not simple.
No, I don't need no more explaining.
Joe, take it easy.
Hear me, damn it. I got better.
Have a seat, Joe, please.
Look.
You've got to understand.
No, I got better things to take care of. You know what I'm saying? I got better things on my mind, Mr. Rickey. I got a pregnant wife in Mexico, and they got me fighting in goddamn South America for nickels and dimes. Got a bunch of bullshit accountants waiting on me cross town, gonna tell me what I've known for the last Lord knows how long. Got the IRS so tight on my ass, I've been walking around with two shadows. And you got me sitting here listening to some shit that don't concern me. I say I got better things on my mind. Y'all understand that? God damn it, I got bigger things.
Let me get that chair, Mr. Rickey.
Bo, sit your ass back down.
Look, Mr. Rickey, if Joe has to leave, then...
We all have matters to attend to. I suggest, Paul, for everyone's benefit, that we put an end to this. Take the vote now.
That's a fine idea, Mr. Rickey.
Our story continues next time. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theatre Works.